Why is it that some people seem to decline rapidly just after turning 80, becoming bedridden and slowly withdrawing from the world, while others remain joyful, active, and mentally sharp even at 100? I used to think it was all about luck. That was until I met Eleanor, a 102-year-old woman living in Vermont. She wasn't genetically gifted. She didn't follow a strict diet or have a private doctor monitoring her every move. Yet every morning, she brewed her own tea, read the newspaper, walked around her garden, and even took watercolor painting lessons on YouTube. One day I asked her, "What's your secret to living so well for so long?" She smiled and said, "There's no secret. I just keep choosing what's right, every day, for many decades." That was the moment I realized, longevity isn't a game of chance. It's the result of small choices, repeated long enough. If you're watching this video and want to live to 100, not just to exist, but to enjoy every day with your grandkids, your passions, and yourself, then stay with me. Because in just a moment, I'll share 5 powerful longevity lessons gathered from hundreds of scientific studies and real-life stories like Eleanor's, people who've proven that old age can be the most meaningful chapter of life. If you believe that life after 80 still holds beautiful moments ahead, give this video a thumbs up to support the channel. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you won't miss the next life-changing lessons. And if you're still watching, drop a 1 in the comments. If you're not fully convinced yet, feel free to comment 0, because living a long life starts with being honest about what you truly think. When Harold turned 91, his family began saying, "It's time to slow down, Grandpa. Why are you still trying to learn things at your age?" But Harold just laughed, because at that very moment, he was learning Italian. Not for a certificate, not for a trip to Italy. He just thought Italian sounded beautiful, and learning a new language made his brain feel alive. He said, "If I stop being curious, my brain stops working. And if my brain stops, then I'm no longer truly myself." Harold isn't an exception. There's a woman named Nola Oakes from Kansas who enrolled in college at 95. Not only did she graduate, but she went on to pursue a master's degree. A photo of her in a graduation cap, sitting among classmates more than 70 years younger, became a global symbol of lifelong learning. People often think learning is only for the young. But the truth is, our brains can still form new connections, grow, and adapt, even in our 90s, if we keep using them. Neurological studies have shown that people who regularly engage their minds by reading, learning new skills, or having conversations with those who think differently tend to age much slower mentally. Some even reduce their risk of Alzheimer's and depression as they age. And no, learning doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need to enroll in a university or master abstract theories. Sometimes it's as simple as reading a book each week, trying a Sudoku puzzle, learning a new recipe, or joining a painting class in your senior community. The more curious and engaged you are, the stronger your brain becomes. And a strong, healthy brain is the foundation of a long, joyful life. You can start today. Just ask yourself, what's something I've always wanted to learn but never tried? Don't let your age hold you back. Let curiosity lead the way. If you're feeling inspired right now, comment the phrase, "I'm still curious," so I know you're still with me on this journey. Frank, 87, lives alone in the countryside of Oregon. Every morning, rain or shine, he steps outside and takes a walk through the small forest behind his home. "I call it my daily chat with my legs," he jokes. One day, his son asked him, "Dad, are you exercising so much to lose weight?" Frank chuckled and said, "No, I'm exercising so I won't be in a wheelchair when I meet my great-grandkids." and the results speak for themselves. Frank doesn't just walk. He climbs stairs without holding onto the railing. His memory is sharp, and he's never needed blood pressure medication. Frank is one of many older adults who understand a simple but vital truth. The less you move, the faster you age. You may have heard of Jeanne Calment, the longest living person in history. She lived to 122. What most people don't know is that she rode her bicycle every day until she turned 100. Not for sport, just to keep her body alive. Or think of the shepherds in Sardinia, one of the world's famous blue zones with a remarkably high number of centenarians. They don't go to the gym. They simply walk up hills, tend their sheep, and garden, natural movements built into their everyday lives. Modern science now confirms just 30 minutes of light activity each day can improve blood circulation, boost memory, stabilize blood sugar, reduce the risk of osteoporosis, and significantly extend your lifespan. And no, you don't need to run marathons. Just find what you love. Walk around your home, dance to an old favorite song, work in the garden, practice yoga, swim slowly, or simply clean the house. Yes, that counts too. What matters most isn't how intense your activity is, but whether you keep doing it every single day. Your body is like a machine. Let it sit too long, and it rusts. But move it, even just a little, and age loses its grip. So, have you taken a walk today? If not, stand up and take a few steps around the room and comment, "I'm on the move," to kick off your longevity journey. Eleanor just turned 89, and what excites her most each week isn't a doctor's appointment or a shopping trip. It's her Saturday afternoon tea with the same group of lifelong friends she's had for over 60 years. They call themselves the Lively Ladies, a radiant group of women. Some walk with canes, others are in wheelchairs, but no one ever misses a tea. They reminisce about the past, share stories about their grandkids, and laugh out loud at inside jokes no one else understands. Eleanor once said, "If it weren't for these ladies, I don't think I would have made it through last winter." And she wasn't exaggerating. Loneliness kills quietly, not through sudden pain, but through long, empty days without anyone checking in, no one who needs you, no message asking, "How are you doing?" Large-scale studies, including one from Harvard that spanned 75 years, have proven the quality of your relationships in midlife predicts your health and happiness in old age. People with strong social connections are up to 50% more likely to live longer than those who are socially isolated. In Okinawa, Japan, seniors live longer thanks in part to a cultural tradition called moai, a close-knit group of lifelong friends who share meals, joy, and sorrow. When one gets sick, the group cares for them. When one passes away, the group mourns together. No one is left alone. So, what about you? Do you have your own moai? If not, don't worry. It's never too late to connect. Start small. Call an old friend, join a local class, visit a senior center, or even just leave a comment on this video. Remember, one genuine friendship is worth more than 100 acquaintances. And if you're still watching right now, I believe you're someone who values connection. So go ahead, comment below. I don't want to be lonely. Because one honest message might be the beginning of something beautiful. Harold is 91 years old. He lives alone after his wife passed away, but every morning he wakes up at 6 a.m., brews green tea, slices fruit, and prepares breakfast with oatmeal, walnuts, and a few slices of avocado. When asked, "Do you eat healthy to live longer?" he smiles, his eyes twinkling behind his thick glasses. "No, I eat to feel young every day. It may sound simple, but it's one of the most important decisions for maintaining health in old age. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to food. What you eat doesn't just affect your stomach, but also impacts your heart, brain, joints, and even your mood. For centuries, people have debated whether Li Qingyuan, the Chinese man believed to have lived over 190 years, actually existed. But what's noteworthy is what he ate. Vegetables, herbs, reishi mushrooms, herbal teas, all anti-inflammatory, antioxidant-rich foods. Things that modern science now confirms are great for aging. In the blue zones, regions where some of the world's longest-living people reside, like Ikaria, Greece, Nicoya, Costa Rica, and Okinawa, Japan, they don't follow strict diets. They do one thing. They eat naturally and intentionally. No fast food, no refined sugar, no rushed meals. They eat lots of vegetables, beans, fatty fish, whole grains, fruits, and olive oil. They eat little but high-quality food, and always stop when they're about 80% full, following the famous Okinawan principle, Hara Hachi Bu. Medical studies also show diets rich in antioxidants and fiber help reduce inflammation, maintain muscle mass, stabilize blood pressure, and lower the risk of dementia. You don't need to give up everything you love. Just start with small changes. Swap sugary drinks for water, add greens to every meal, choose fish over red meat, and cook at home more. Remember, every meal is an opportunity to nourish your longevity. And if you've ever found yourself eating out of boredom, habit, or because it's fine at this age, please remember, your future is still being shaped by what you eat today. If you agree with that, comment, "I choose to eat for good health," to start your own journey of intentional eating. Frank is a retired history teacher, widowed at 78. For the next 2 years, he lived quietly in a small cabin in Vermont, looking out at the pine forest in front of his house every day, wondering what his life was for. One winter afternoon, Frank received a letter from his granddaughter, an elementary school teacher in Florida. In the letter, she wrote, "Grandpa, I'm teaching my students about World War II, but I can't tell it as well as you. Could you help them understand history with the stories you used to tell me when I was little?" Frank began writing letters to that class, sharing little stories, vivid memories. Every week, the children sent thank you cards, asked more questions, and eagerly awaited their lessons from Grandpa Frank. From that day on, Frank had a reason to wake up early, a purpose to live. And he lived for another 11 years, healthy and sharp, until he was 91. You see, a sense of purpose is a powerful yet invisible tonic. You can't buy it, but if you find it, you'll have a reason to overcome aches, loneliness, and even the worst days. Research published in The Lancet shows elderly people with a clear sense of purpose are less likely to suffer from depression, have a lower risk of Alzheimer's, and experience a significantly higher quality of life. This doesn't mean you have to change the world. A sense of purpose can be as simple as growing a flower garden, rewriting a memoir, volunteering, babysitting, teaching someone a skill, or just simply becoming a better version of yourself every day. If you wake up each morning and can answer the question, "What am I living for today?" then congratulations, you have found the key to living longer. Write that reason down, put it on your wall, share it with your friends, and comment below this video if you already have a why to live, or if you're still searching for it. We are never too old to start a new journey or find a new meaning. And when your heart still wants to give something, you're living, not just existing. If you're still watching, I have something to say to you. You've just taken another step on the path to living longer, healthier, and more meaningfully. Together, we've explored 5 lessons that may seem simple, but have the power to transform the rest of your life. It's not a magic pill. It's not a secret trick. It's the daily choices that accumulate to create an old age that's not just long, but beautiful. Let's recall: keep curiosity and lifelong learning, because your brain needs exercise just like a muscle. Move every day, not to win medals, but to keep your heart and legs walking with you. Maintain social connections, because loneliness is a silent disease, while friendship is a free medicine. Eat with intention, because food is a life or death choice, not just a meal. And finally, live with purpose, because when your heart knows why it lives, your body will find ways to continue the journey. Choose one of these lessons and start today. And if you're still watching, comment the number of the lesson that resonates with you the most. Is it number 1 because you love learning? Or number 5 because you're searching for a deeper meaning in life? Share, so I know you're here and living fully every moment. You can also support the Life in Words channel by liking the video, subscribing, and turning on the notification bell, so you won't miss the next inspiring videos made just for you. Because old age is not the end. It's the most beautiful, most refined part, if you know how to live.